Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth with Hive Nurse here today at Inside the Hive, or the official nurse podcast. And we're really excited because this weekend is our launch weekend and we have tons and tons of our nursing friends here today. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it right over to Ashley to introduce our topics.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Hive. We're really excited to have some special guests with us today. We're going to be talking about all kinds of relevant nursing topics, but we're starting out with a couple of key friends, mentors, colleagues that really have contributed so much to the nursing profession. So I'm going to let you all introduce yourselves today, but we're here with Julie and Greta. So go ahead, Julie, why don't you start with a brief introduction?
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Julie Waldrup, and I've been a nurse for, let's say, quite a few years and done a lot of different things in nursing. But currently, I am a writer. I'm writing books for nurses and nursing education. I am a consultant, and I'm a coach.
An excellent one.
And I'll leave.
Yes.
I'll
And
leave
she's
it at that.
been inside the Hive before. So she is actually our first return guest.
Yes.
So thank you, Julie.
Feeling special.
Greta.
Hi, everyone. I'm Greta Rosler. I'm the CEO and founder of Radius Leaders, which is a nurse leader development partnership company. And I'm super excited to be here with you and share ideas about leadership and nursing with my friends in the Hive.
All right. Awesome.
Great.
Well, thank you.
Well, what are we talking about today, Ashley?
So my hope, knowing where you all come from and what you've contributed to in our industry and across our profession, is recognizing that our nurses need help today. Our profession is probably in one of the most vulnerable states, not only just in nursing, but in healthcare. And I think we all can agree on that point.
Totally.
So looking at all the research that you are all doing and all of the books that you are writing, all the evidence that you're looking at, what stands out to you the most that could help our nurses today?
So I think actually self-efficacy could help our nurses the most today. I believe that many nurses have limiting beliefs about their abilities, whatever that is, and these are holding them back. Because as the largest percentage of the healthcare workforce,
Yes. Is it 4.5
You know,
million nurses?
Almost 5.
yeah,
Almost
I mean,
5 nurses.
my vision and what I hope to see in the future is that nurses finally improve their self-efficacy and their agency so that we can really take on the mantle of responsibility that we are able to do. We are the ones who really understand what needs to be done and what and can lead that. I mean, I think I'm going to kick it over to you, but just wanted to say that at one of my friends called Carl Curtin, who is the editor-in-chief of the American Journal of Nursing,
Oh, yes.
said to me the other day, I wish that every nurse manager and every nurse leader actually had to take a certification in evidence-based practice quality improvement,
Yes. Yes.
because that
Yes.
would mean that we could finally
Yeah.
move forward and get things done. We could finally lead people
Yes.
in the actions that, the work that needs to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm sure what you do dovetails into that.
Well, and that really resonates with me, Julie, because what I see health systems do often is they're looking for something new and shiny.
Yes.
Yes.
And what really eats at my heart or drives me to do this work is that we don't need new and shiny. We need evidence-based practice.
Yeah.
We need to return to basics and build self-efficacy with nurses and with nurse leaders, which is actually really doable in pretty simple ways through identifying good role modeling plans, mentorship plans, making sure their physiological wellness is good, giving them lots of opportunities to do the things over and over that make a difference, like leader rounding, like managing performance. The new and shiny things are just add-ons that only get convoluted when we don't have the basics, like really strong evidence-based practice of the basics.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you guys, because I think that word self-efficacy may come easy to some, but might be hard for others to understand. Break that down a little bit. What do you mean when you say self-efficacy of our nursing population?
Well, you're doing a research study right now that includes a self-efficacy
yes.
measurement. So maybe I'll let you take the
Okay.
lead on that, and I'll chime in if I need to.
Sure. Well, so self-efficacy, I personally got super interested in this myself when I started my doctoral research and thinking about what are the dynamics that make some nurse leaders thrive and others seem to struggle no matter what the dynamics are. And in doing literature searches over and over, one of the things that I actually came upon incidentally was the notion of self-efficacy, which is basically in layman's terms, it's like the belief of if I believe I can, I can, and if I believe I can't, I can't.
Yes.
Yes.
And there are ways we can build it, and there's ways we can measure it. And it's really a strong factor in things like health and wellness, things like smoking cessation, things like academic performance, and also nurses build self-efficacy in certain ways based on their surroundings. Yeah. So if they go into their day or their work, or a leader goes into their day or work, believing like, I'm going to be able to get this done, I have what I need, I have the tools, and there's an intrinsic belief system that's embedded in sort of a simple way of saying it, then they're more likely to be able to achieve that. They have a belief they can do it, so therefore they probably will have a better outcome versus if they're feeling self-defeated.
I was going to say it's kind of like the opposite of imposter syndrome, right? Yeah. Like it's like, I know that everyone at this table has probably struggled with the imposter syndrome. And that is like when you really just feel like you're faking it, like the fake it till you make it, right? And so it's kind of like the opposite. It's like, dude, 100%. I'm here and I should be doing this, right? Like I'm the best at my job and I'm the best nurse for today's assignment.
That's right. Our organizations kind of, like you say, when you're talking about the new and shiny, it's like they almost add to the imposter syndrome because they almost try and just always add on new tools or new things that you should be doing instead of just the simple things like you're trying to say, like what do nurse leaders need? They need to be visible. They need to be out there. They don't need an iPad with a fancy whatever on it. Dashboard. That gets in the way of
communication.
Yes.
We don't need more data. I can tell you right now, we don't need more data to know what the problems are. We know what the problems are. Yeah. And the problems are the same as before the pandemic. Maybe they've shifted or the nature of them has been magnified in certain ways. But if you look at the literature, the problems that nurses encounter today are similar to what they encountered 5, 8, 10 years ago or long. 30. Yeah.
Since Florence Nightingale.
Since Florence. What would Florence do after all?
She collects some more data. But
yes. And she would definitely go out and do leader rounds. She was the first nurse leader to ever do rounds.
Oh, see? There you go.
Premium War.
Yes. Yes.
With her lantern.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and I just think that, so much of the time we're hearing this word resilience, that, nurses need to be more resilient or nurses are resilient. And we always joke, especially with our bedside nursing colleagues, they're like, what does that even mean? But I think this term self-efficacy, like that to me is like the grit. Like I can do this. I'm going to do this. Yeah. And I know when I was a nurse manager, that's how I felt. I was like, I'm going to fix this unit. I don't care what anybody tells me. I'm not going to listen to anybody else. I'm going to go to my people, and with my people, I'm going to fix this and come out on the other side.
Yeah. But you also have to believe enough that it's okay to fail.
Yes.
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 Because that's
and you also
really
have the system to be in that it's okay to fail.
Yes.
Right. That's
right.
true
Like,
too.
so there's a systems issue around that as well. Like if your system is not psychologically safe or has a decent culture that it's okay for you to fail, if you do it and you fail and you go on the chopping block, why would you try anything new next time?
That's right.
That's
Oh,
true.
I've been in that state too.
And you have to, but that's where resilience is born.
Yes.
Resilience is not born in always succeeding.
Right.
Resilience is born in learning when you don't succeed.
Yes.
So whether you don't succeed and you have a supportive environment or you don't succeed and you're going to learn something.
Yes.
Right.
But
But the self-efficacy, actually, one of the drivers of it is social persuasion, it's called.
Okay.
So thinking about who around you socially is persuading you positively through encouragement, through reflection, through building psychological safety, through saying, go try it. It's okay if it doesn't work out this time, but let's keep trying. You got it. I know you can do it. And it can't be through pizza parties and more, Zen rooms, things like that, Zen dens, whatever.
We did not plan that. You just hit on a perfect nerve for Elizabeth.
I hate a pizza party. Please no. I'm lactose intolerant, so do not bring me any pizza. That is not a prize to me.
No.
That is like a punishment.
Yes.
But it really is, the idea of persuading people in a way that is authentic and connected. So then that goes back to what relationships do you have with your people, whether you're a manager with staff or whether you're, a senior leader working with managers. As a nurse, it comes back to the fundamental things, relationships, and building that capacity for people to do the basics.
All right. So here at the Hive, we're all about talking about things, but now we want action. So what are the actions that you guys see in your consulting role, in your sort of like years of experience in nursing that you would suggest to nurse leaders, but also to the practicing bedside nurse? How do you build that self-efficacy?
So when I think about actions from quite a few different perspectives, you said individual nurse
And nurse leaders.
But I also want to push it back a little bit to nurse faculty.
Yes.
Don't forget the faculty.
Yeah.
Because you have, you want to start at the beginning of the pipeline, right? And I do think faculty development, faculty continuing to learn, to be open to new things, to bring new ideas and new ways of thinking about how to address problems into nursing education, to start the new nurse out on the right path, so that when they do get into the workplace setting, they'll already know, hey, this is my role. This is my role to look at what I'm doing with a scientific mind.
Yes.
And identify things that don't make sense to me and figure out why.
And ask. Be curious.
Ask questions. Be curious. Find out answers on my own. So, start there. Then the practicing nurse, of course, can always go back to school, but can always be a lifelong learner. I finished my doctoral degree in 2010, and then I have become a yoga teacher and a breathwork instructor and
a coach,
a nurse coach, and a
publisher.
Author. I mean, you can always keep learning. It does not matter if it's formal or not.
Yeah.
And so, learning, I think, is what I would say.
Yeah. And I would say even for bedside nurses or nurses who are newer to practice or working in a staff nurse capacity, which is the most important role, I think you have to be okay with being different than the pack, because there is this pack mentality of being sort of negative about nursing, not sort of being negative about nursing, or talking badly about our profession and what it means. And if you want to thrive, you have to be okay with being like, nope, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to advocate for myself. And if my leadership team isn't actually carrying out leadership in the way that feels good to me, I have to figure out what kind of leader I want to be and go be one.
Yes.
Yeah.
In one way or another. And that would be my advice to nurses looking to really thrive in this profession, is be the leader you want to be, whether it's in an informal capacity or a formal role, but also realize that when you get that mindset, you're going to stand out. And for a lot of ways, that'll be good. And sometimes it's uncomfortable, but that's okay.
It's almost like the golden rule, right? Like, treat people the way you want to be treated, whether you're brand new to practice or you're a nurse faculty member or you're, a CNO, right? Like, remember what it was like to be at the patient's bedside and treat those people on your team the same way that you would want to be treated when you were back then.
So I want to thank you guys for your insights today, and we're going to close out. But I do want to offer a little thing that a student said just a couple weeks ago to me. So I've been teaching a class of accelerated BSN students. So they have some other degree, but now they're coming back to nursing, as you all know. And we were talking about communication, and even in their clinical environments, they've been in 2 semesters, they're already seeing this negative communication that you talk about, and sort of like this disconnect at the bedside of between leadership and the staff, and even charge nurse to the staff. So I turned to all of them, there's about 40, and I said, well, how are you all going to be any different? I said, they all went to nursing school. So what is going to be different about you? And this girl raised her hand and she said, you know what's different, Professor Kellish? And I said, what? She said, we're not going to tolerate it anymore. She said, the nurses that we work with are willing, to stand out.
I know.
And she said, they're willing to stand there and take it and to be a part of those negative environments. She said, our generation is different. If it affects our peace, we're not staying. So our organizations have to hear this. You have to hear this, and you have to catch up with the pack, because if you're not going to create an environment where a nurse can be the leader that we want them to be, they're going to go. And there goes your retention and your turnover, and the rest is
And your
history.
money.
And your money. Because it's a lot of money.
Thousands of dollars.
And your peace of mind.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Totally.
thank you all. Thank you for coming to the Hive and supporting us and our fellow nurses out there. We've been thrilled, and I know we'll have many more conversations to come.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thanks everyone for joining us on the Hive. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials. We have TikTok, we have Facebook, we have Instagram. And if you're really interested in earning continuing ed from listening to this podcast, join Hive Nurse, the membership. It's $19 a month, and you are able to listen to this podcast, do a quick quiz, and then you earn continuing ed from it. So
that's great.
can't wait to see you at the Hive. Bye.
Bye.